me chiring garba chiring kare chasang chiring pamo request me to give the transmission of the prayer for Mother Tara, praise to the Mother Tara. So I received that from His Holiness Dalai Lama in Buddhagaya, and I think one time in the palace. So as her request, I'm going to give it to her, and anybody who wants to take it, you're welcome. Okay. Sa xi be ji ju ji men do zham zhi zha li xi nin din jian ba de san ji xing du mi de zhe ge nam da jin da jue ba re xiu yi de mang gu ro ra na men zha la gu ni yang na bo da la yi ne zhuan ne dam yi jing gu le zhe xue ba me ji wu la jin tu zhong san ji chen de mo zhe ma gu ji xie shu su la da la mi ju wen ji xia ye be mo la de Pangpa Guandan Zhiban Zhoma Yumna Cha Tse Lo Umji Zuma Pama Zhoma La Cha Tse La Chanzu Zhoma Nima Pama Jini Giji Lo Dan Zhoma Jini Sungin Shiji Shiji Kese Jawa Lane Zhoma Chase Dungen Dawa Gundo Kama Jani Zibi Kama Danda Zuba Namji Rido Jive Baran Pama Chase Singin Chuni Jeje Peme Chanda Namba Jima Jiba Zuju Kado Shiba Suba Samde Juye Nima Chase Dijin Shiba Zu Taye Namba Jawa Jima Mali Puri Shimba Dobe Jive Siji Shindu Dema Chase Dudara Hunyi Dona Chuda Naga 지는 뭐 자제는데 보면 보고 보는 뭐 자세 자제면 나좀 보고 너너 좀 우리 좀 뭐좀 모르는데 저는다 니진 저기 듣는데 뭐 자세 레저다 봐제 퍼를 주고로도 좀 예고면 연셔제는데 멤버 도와준다 뭐 자세 들으지고 좀 뇌지에 보는 뭐좀 주제시는 전년데 저거도 좀 뭐도 뭐 자세 고조좀 자제 스면도 뭐 봐제 뭐도 주죠 걸로 좀 그런지 왜지 손어 좀 자세로도 가지고 우진 위지 정말 뭐 셔버지도 더래 Dudang Jidang Lu Zema Chaza Saji Jumbo Song Tomje Guba Niba Nima Chunye Yue Ge Hongge Hongba Tomje Noba Zema Chazan David Tumbi Wuyan Jamba Tomje Shen Nomba Marave Chuna Ba Mera Tawa Shen Dobe Ran Zema Chaza Geve Tame Met Jang Babe Jeme Bene Nema Yejani Ga Guna Gora Ga Yedra Ye Mona Nomba Juma Chaza Sashi Ngana Shaye Tiji Nije Shaye Doma Chunye Jenze Ge Hongge Riba Nomba Nane Jema Chaza Dema Jema Shima Nanya Deji Juye Nima Soa Meda Nda Tembe Tiwa Jamba Jamba Nyam 차제 군에 거라가 예대 요런에로 도제마 이게 주변에 그 버리고 혼을 좀 하냐마 차제 들으시는데 홍근 너변 사변이 말을 하면다라도 베지도 소나 요원이 맞춰서 해요 저야 너버다 다전전 너무 다른 이제 바지 이게 너무를 보내세요 차제 라이즈는 이제 벌라다미 지에 되면 군에 거제가 외지에 조단이 와말로서 뭐 차제니 만다와진 비준이 배워버려서 뭐 하라 니제도 다르 신을 잡으러 나서 차제 뒤에 조나 그 배시외도 다야다 도나로네 저는 저 보드를 라지냐 맞자방아지 되번데 찾아 왔는 이주 자지 교군도 양달라만 한점이 쉬게 별로는 사다만 이게데 도지 장제 고원요도 쇼 okay that's so as requested given this to you so in the journey to receive, to generate bodhicitta, we will definitely face lots of problems. With or without looking for bodhicitta, there will be a problem. So, so on the way to find such a precious mind, we need time to time help of the deities, and especially Mother Tara is such a powerful, the form of the female, which is not other than the compassion Buddha. So we need to have this support, like Adisha, every time when he is having a problem, so he can have some kind of a console with Tara. Lama Tsongkhapa has a Manjushri to console. So we need that along the path. We need that. So we need to be ready to make a strong karmic connection with the deities. So I'm very happy that I can offer this. Was that?
The English translation of this.
No, you want to use translation of the prayer.
Oh, the translations of the prayer. Yeah.
But what is it called? Because there are so
21 Taras. Father to. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now someone has a question, right? You have a question?
Oh, yeah. This is about practicing compassion. I think my voice is loud enough.
Yeah,
So,
but it will be better.
thank you, Rinpoche. This is about practicing compassion in daily life. For example, I have a close friend or family member who I feel my personal feeling or my personal feel that they are very wrong having doing a lot of like not bad negative deeds, yeah, but they think they are right.
Okay.
Okay, so in conventionally we are taught that don't bother them, let them, don't care, don't mind other business, mind your own business. That's unconventional, right? But sometimes I feel if I want to practice compassion, I know he's wrong. If I don't pull them back, they'll even fall deeper. So sometimes in Singapore language, they call it kepo. Kepo like, how to explain kepo in English?
Busybody.
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 Busybody. To try to convince them to change or to what. But sometimes what I get is instead of appreciation of the listen, sometimes I get like, they don't like me. They don't like me. So sometimes it's like in my mind, it's twisting. Should I follow the conventionally way? Don't care, that's your own business, that's your own karma, it's not my business. Do whatever you want to do. Or sometimes if I feel pity them, I should talk to them. So which way I should choose?
Okay. Now that really depends the the bond you have with that person. Sometimes your compassion, you have a strong compassion towards that. You have so much love, but some people take this as your love really annoys me. I don't mean that you should love me, but I really don't want that kind of a way you treat me. So you need to be very skillful. In this modern age, the many young generation does not know what does respect means, kindness means, because they don't have that kind of a, I think they are not grown up with that kind of habit. So it's very difficult. So, so first you need to advise someone, to scold someone. You really need to have the four the great qualities of the Bodhisattvas, which to connect with the audience. The four qualities are, the first one is practice generosity. Give what they want without any expectations. So then ultimately, who does not love generosity, right? I love it. Everybody loves it. So give what they want, not just money, love, intention, time, whatever. Okay. Secondly, you have to say it in a Nyambarmawa. How do you translate the Nyambarmawa? Say gently, I guess, gently. Not should, even you say, you have so much love, your language, how you say it, how you present that, could be that person cannot take it. So be skillful on how do you deliver this message to them. Now, third one, that's bit tough. Okay. So give the advice. Give them the advice. That time because the support of the generosity, they feel the kindness of you. And secondly, you have spoken in the language they wanted to listen. And now the third one, whatever you are going to advise them, you advise. The fourth one, what you ever advise, you need to do it. Don't expect they will do it. Most important, you are doing it. So many of the younger generation, they don't have a patience to do, but they will really learn it from you. The one of the best learning is not giving the teaching to them. The best teaching, how they will take it, appreciate it, is when they start like, it's not only that my mother is saying, my mother is doing it and she is really doing it, so I really wanted to follow that. Not because she is saying it, I need to do it. Otherwise, you say that person to do that and you are not doing it, and then how they will attack you is, stop lecturing me, you are doing that, I've seen that. So that is always that you are playing a game, like you throw something and it just come back to you, that kind of thing. What is that? I really don't know. What's that? Omera? Boomerang. That's it. So that's it. So stick with this, and then there will be a result. Even not, because you don't have a huge, high expectation there. So it will not bother you. But even that person does not listen to you for the moment, but it relieves you that whatever you have to say from your side, it's more like you have done your part. That will relieve you a lot. Yeah. So one Lama advised me that how he advised was a very, very nice one. I always remember that. He said, one time I was quite annoyed by one of my students, and I always tell, you're not my student, and then he says, I'm your student. And that I always have to remind him that, and then he always says that. So then one time I scolded him because he was repeatedly doing something that he shouldn't be doing. So I was a bit annoyed and scolding him. And then that Lama was near to me and then asked, how much do you think that your student has a faith in you? Because you scold like you believe like he has quite a faith in you. How much you have a guarantee on that? And I say 0. And then he said, better not to scold, just request. So that was a very powerful, because one piece of advice from Marpa to Milarepa at the end of the Marpa's life, he advised Milarepa, how I treat you. You cannot treat that to your students anymore. Now this kind of how I will treat you, this way of relationship, the master and the student relation, that is the end of the line from here now. So that will not work anymore. So shouldn't be trying that. So that means the the faith which the Meller Rebbe has a strong towards the Marba, it never get lost for 1 second, 1 moment. Because it's a very, very, very nice story to hear, because when Marba was not giving a teaching where Meller Rebbe was requesting, and he will always make him work, torture him so badly, bondage. So then Marba's wife Dagmema, she can't bear that feeling at all. She plays a great role in here, and then somehow she steals the seal of Marba, and then she makes a letter, and then she stamps on that, and then sends that to the one of the Marba's teacher, who is also a student of Marba, and he sends Meller Rebbe to that teacher saying, I'm sending my student, in the letter it says, I'm sending my student to receive this teaching from you, so give it to him. So later Marba finds that that person is not a bondage anymore in his place, so he looks like crazy, like where that this sinner has gone. He always says sinner. Where that sinner has gone now. And then he found that he is with the other master. He was so worried. It sounds like a jealousy, but it's like he knows that he has only the karmic connection with him. So he was so worried, so worried. And then he calls him. And then he kind of gives him a discount on torture. So then slowly he will just speak up more, and then he gives short teachings. So this bond at that time was so amazing, the most powerful. We only see the Marba's move on here, but we never ask the question of why Meller Rebbe got annoyed. Why he's so loyal, that kind of stupidity. Normally we say stupidity, loyal. Why they're still there? That is very strong. So Marba knows that. He says to the Meller Rebbe, you cannot try this to anyone else now. This is done, finished now. So there's something in the family, father, mother, children, all those relationships. You have to watch how much they trust you, how much they have faith in you, how much they love you. Without knowing that, you say like, I'm giving the best of best advice. You might waste that forever. They might not appreciate that. And the very funny behavior, I always notice that maybe on my case I might not noticing, but I'll always notice on somebody else, like they will give the best advice and they shout, scream, and they say like, I'm saying this for you, and then he gets upset. It sounds like that person is not getting anything, and you get upset, because of love, and you are so confused here. That's the most strangest behavior we always see. If it is for the other, it's more like, I have given this to you. Whatever you want to do it, please do it. It's similar like that. It's not like you fight and you should just. It looks like something there is deep inside with you, something. So yeah, okay. So that's it. Any more questions? That's it? Okay. So now, now look at the 26. Oh, 27, sorry, 27. When you look at the 27, here the students of the Adisha will ask one very important question. Okay? Did you see that? Uh, 26? Oh, okay, sorry. 26, yeah, that's it. This text, Precious Treasury of Gems, the collection of the cherished teachings of the precious Kadam. I got it from Tibet. It's not that very popular in India. I got it from Tibet. Somebody sent it to me. It's very auspicious. When I was looking for that kind of text, then I sent the cover picture, and then I thought like I will find it in Tibet. I sent it to somebody, and then they couldn't find any text of this book. And then one time, one of my friend whom I request to find that book, he went to in Lhasa. There is the Cho Shakyamuni statue. The caretaker has a book, and then he said, "Now I finished this," and he puts that on his head and say, "If you want this, I give this to you." So then my friend just thought like, "Oh, why he's giving me this book?" And then she looked the book. That's the book that I'm looking for. So I got it. I was very lucky. So this book, in that, there is a question from the students of Adisha to Adisha. The question is, for a person to attain liberation and the state of the omniscience, which is more important, the sutra and their how do you say that, commentarial treatises, or the pit instruction of the guru? Right? Did you get the question? Okay. Cho replied to this saying, what is that? The oral. Oh yeah, the oral instructions are paramount. When asked, he stated, even if one knows how to recite the three collections of the teachings, or it is learned in the characteristics of the all phenomena, if one lacks the practical application of the Guru's oral instructions, then we are engaging in a practice. The Dharma and the individual will go separate ways. That's a very powerful one. So now, let's read my theory again here, my way of thinking. Based on this statement, two interpretations emerge. If one directly interprets the oral instructions are paramount over treatises, we may not only come to an understanding the Guru's oral instructions are more important than merely engaging in study and the contemplation of the great classical treatises, but also that there were many individuals in the past that commented on the expounded it in this manner, and there are many still to this day. So, did you get this, my way of thinking? What I'm trying to say? Okay. So, look at me. I'm the author, so this is not the Lamrim Chimo or this. I'm the author. You can look at me now. Yeah. So the confusion is normally how we look for pit instructions. It's something like many people say, oh, these studies are important. Yeah, I know. And then, oh, this teaching is much better. This takes so much time. Oh, this lots of effort I need to put. But this one, so good. When I hear these teachings, so powerful, so connecting. When I hear, visualize, we go. That kind of attitude we have. The one thing that people also, if you directly says that, Joji says something like that, as you feel. Joji also says that studying the commentaries and contemplation, everything, on one hand, and the pit instruction on another hand, which to choose. Cho says, Adisha, Cho is Adisha, okay? Adisha says, pit instruction. Why? Without the pit instruction, how much you have learned, how much you have a knowledge. When you start practicing without having the Guru's instruction or the pit instructions, what will we do is, we know, we understand, but we cannot apply into the practice. So whatever you studied, it just stays in here, not coming here. That's what Adisha said it. Right? So now I'm bringing some kind of a discussion here because this is so great. And then many people, if you directly go this, as Adisha mentioned, many people are saying this similar, saying like, oh, shouldn't study, shouldn't do all these great treatises, very, very good, but we don't have a time for that. But we need to take this kind of teaching and do the retreat and meditation much better. So now we are totally lost, right? If, let's say you have two gurus. Okay, one guru says, study, contemplate. One guru says, I give you the pit instruction, go into retreat. So, how do you make decision here? You are one. You have two gurus, which are not communicating very well in your head. And now you are totally lost on that. So these, I tried to bring it together because this wasn't my worry. That was already worried by Lama Tsongkhapa. So many people in the path of stages skip this part and then never gets to the point why studies is important. So I quoted for two reasons. Because my thesis, when from their community, the people who request me to write this thesis, they said I need almost 4,000 or 5,000 words. 5,000? 5,000, right? And then I wrote that in Tibetan. In Tibetan, it looks like 5,000. And I send it to Simon, it comes like almost 3,000. So I just like, what just happened? can you just elaborate or something? You cannot do something. So he tried his best, and then it comes like, okay, 3,500. The 500 is his donation. So still I need to. So then I thought like, wow, this is so powerful. When I look at this, the book I got from Tibet, it contains that. I thought like, wow, this is something I need to write something on a pit instruction. So I got that space here. So then I put my theory in everything, and then I had an idea like, oh, this Lama Tsongkhapa's the quotations is so profound that normally people skip a lot. So if I put it there, somehow they will read this. And then secondly, it does the trick that it can bring more votes in my thesis. So I was trying to be so clever. So this is how it goes on. If you tonight, I request you to go through this, which I have cited, how the Lama Tsongkhapa has bring the quotation in the Stages of Path. I put it there also. And then one. Tena tabadabala milube tambachon. Okay, tena. Therefore, all the supreme Chanju. I think this is the one we need to look together. 29. Therefore, all the supreme how do you say that? Infallible instruction for those desiring liberation is indeed the great text. The great text is the Indian master's works, Nalanda master's work. However, because of one's own inferior intelligence and other reasons, we cannot gain certainty by relying on those texts alone. We should therefore seek out these pit instructions with the thought, I will seek out the certainty by relying on the pit instruction from holy masters. So it is very important how Lama Tsongkhapa describes pit instruction, and normally we have an understanding of pit instructions. Lama Tsongkhapa, looking for a pit instruction, he believes that the great master like Nagarjuna, Chandakirti, all these masters, whatever they wrote, these are also pit instructions. They wrote it for us to understand better. They wrote this that we can connect to the Buddha's teachings. And now we are trying to bring another idea. These are too much to explore, too much to study. So maybe I wanted to study just a short, like a small text, and then I wanted to practice this one, and I get everything. So Lama Tsongkhapa also says this in the letter. I have quoted that too. He's saying, one of the Katamba Lama will scold his students, saying, a pit instruction doesn't mean that has a less writing and shorter and few sentences that you can bring and then say, oh, now I got a pit instruction. That it doesn't mean that. Pit instruction means looking this text, then it will give you better understanding on the the master's work. So like where Lama Tsongkhapa in the praise to the dependent origination, in that he says, due to the kindness of Chantaketi, now I can clearly getting understanding of Nagarjuna's teaching. And how he got the full realization on the direct realization on emptiness, it's not the Manjushri. It's very beautiful. It's not the Manjushri, it's the Buddha Palita. The Buddha Palita's text, which he has so much a doubt, what could that be? What does that really mean? So he has such a doubt, and then in the time of the dawn in the morning, he had a kind of a vivid kind of a the vision of Buddha Palita, and then Buddha Palita brings his text, which is called the Buddha Palita. He puts that on Lama Tsongkhapa's head, and then he gives this answer to Lama Tsongkhapa, and then he got the full realization. So that through this power, this kind of effort, he is proudly, Lama Tsongkhapa proudly is sharing this knowledge with us. And then sometimes we will try to find, maybe I don't need to say this, what I have said, it's good enough. So, so most important here, in the, also I have written here, at the end of this, my thesis, in the yeah 32, page number 32, I kind of said here, this part of the biography accords with the title of Abhisamaya Alankara, the treatise of the pit instructions of the perfection of the wisdom. It is the name of the Abhisamaya Alankara. So Cho himself understood it as pit instructions. And the prayer is, may I and people like me also be able to train in this, his kind of path. So the Lama Adishya came all the way from India to here to receive a pit instruction. What was the pit instruction? Abhisamaya Alankara. But if you put Abhisamaya Alankara book in front of you, doesn't necessarily mean you got the pit instruction. So that really means now the Guru devotion is there, karmic connection is there, and you understood, most important, you understood the meanings there. You are practicing it, but now realization is not coming. And the person who has realized that and give you this kind of a, like, you are so good with it, as a mechanic, you can fix everything, but you are stuck with something. And then here comes an expert in looks, not doing so much, but he say like, okay, there's the problem, and they fix it, it start working. Here we go. Who did the most hard part? Not the Lama, yourself. And then there's a tiny thing to fix, then it starts working. That kind of realization, the work is completely done. Most one tiny part is there left. So this kind of thing.
It took 12 years. for
Yes.
Krishna
Yes.
to get this small
Oh yes. Not only 12, more than 12.
here in Moraja.
No, yes.
Said 12 years.
12 years. But he really enjoyed that, I'm sure. His 12 year is like, maybe he feels like 1 month. Maybe he really wanted to stay. But the benefit for the Tibetans, but in India, he need to travel. So this is something, I think, what are the requirements? We rush sometimes. In practice, we rush. We rush like, why we rush? It's simple. If somebody put like fire alarm on, we will all rush. Not like maybe one naughty child has put the alarm on, so we don't need to rush. Maybe there's a fire coming, then we rush. So once you hear this, what's called siren, then we rush. Similarly, when you hear, oh, this Lama is giving this teaching, we rush. We don't ask this question, am I capable? Am I qualified to receive this teaching? What are some kind of preliminary practices for that? And now these days, most lamas or teachers does not tell like you cannot come in here. This is advanced. You stay out. You cannot say this. In that period of time, there it is. It's like it's same. It's the teacher has a right to do that. That it's like if one like a class, maybe 50th class, a student approaches in like a very advanced class, like in the university. So teacher said, no, you are not qualified. You just go out. That's the right thing to do. Similarly, I tell you one thing. One of my teacher's teacher was giving some tantric teachings in IBD, in Dharamsala. And somebody forgot to make a prostrations to him. And then he said, please go out. Normally, he's not like that. Normally, he is not like that at all. He is so humble. But while giving this tantric teaching, he holds this floor so strongly. Not because he wanted to become the boss, because he knows this teaching. He knows this samaya. And he knows, and he loves that being very dearly. He's not going to be easy on that part, because this is too advanced, and then each and every step counts here. So he said like, please go out. And then once he goes out, he scolds the whole class. And then like many students are like, uh-oh, he's really moody today. We will say that, right? And then later he complains to one of his friend who's another teacher, very respectful teacher. Just like, they studied all the sutra, all of this up to more than 20 years, these students. And now, to listen to the Goya Samaja's teaching, they forgot to make a prostrations. How simple is that? Even they cannot bring this kind of intention, awareness. How can I give this teaching to them? So that was he's so crying. He cried in front of the other teacher. But that picture, that kind of backstage thing, never applied into the students. Some students noticed that. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Why I'm saying this? Was that? I got so carried away, just went all the way to Dharamsala, and now I cannot do the PD instructions. Oh, they putting the Abhisamaya Alankara in front of you, you will not understand. This tiniest bit that really counts is you need to be understand. You need to put quite effort. And then also some people debates, like Madhareba didn't study, and that person didn't study, and they get a realization. But the question that really you need to ask, like, even they didn't study like other people, like some gishis are studying for 20, 30, 40 years, maybe 60, 70, 80, 90 years. But most amazing thing, even how much you study, it's really difficult to have a faith in a law of causality. If you say, if I killed one bug, then you just, now I have to pay the price. It never comes very strongly to us. But the Milarepa, when he killed 35, I think 34, 35 people, then he couldn't rest. He felt like, in this life, I need to do something to purify. Otherwise, somehow, I need these deeds that kind of a karma that won't ever go wasted. And with this strong motivation to purify, to find Dharma, this is how this strong motivation, this wish to bring some kind of a looking to search for Dharma, it dragged towards the Marba. And then plus, when he felt the Marba has the teaching that it can really give him this, and then he never lets go of Marba. So loyal. Not loyal because he wants to be loyal to Marba, because the teaching that what Marba is holding, that is the loyalty. Do we have that? Then we have to ask this question. We don't have it. Why he does have this huge karmic connection before that? Now, if Milarepa is with us, we can ask this, like in the past, like what was this some deepest connection? Then there is a story to hear. But we don't see this part, and then we just say like, hey, we don't need to study, we don't need to put so much effort there, because our dear Milarepa didn't do that and he's getting it. And why not us? And we forget to ask this question, this most important part. So in this present day, one reason, if you could ask why His Holiness Dalai Lama is so kind to us, so important to us, why he's so kind to us. Many reasons, but most important, he never spoiled us. He never spoiled us. He will always drag us to the point. Don't go to the shortcut. just go through the road that all the great master has went. Individually teaching he does give. He gives like a super individual teachings to some, like just very short, powerful teachings. But publicly, generally, he never does that. Why? He can do that. He never does that because he is on the as a seat. He is holding the seat of the Buddha Shakyamuni. So Buddha Shakyamuni style, you know, what he does? He gives a huge teachings, like he goes baking the arms, and then he will tell like, okay, I got these qualities. I can remember, oh, in my past lives, I did that and that. If you open the sutras, it's full of that. I did that and that and that. Why he's saying this? He wants us to do that. It's not his mood in telling stories. So similarly, His Holiness always pushes us to do that. So each and every that practices generosity or the six perfections, whatever, we need to bring this to make our practice, there should be a flavor. Otherwise, we will never enjoy it. So, like on the sutra level, all these students of the sutra are recommended to go on the eons and eons. We heard like, right? For eons, the accumulating merit, eons and eons. When we reach to the person they reach on the tantric path, then it does not require like that. It's saying like, for this, within this, maybe let's put it like in a theory, in a 6 month you will come to that level. In the sutra, it takes like maybe 2 eons, 3 eons. You will be surprised to know that same Bodhisattva who's ready to do this for the practice for like eons and eons in the sutra level, why he is rushing to receive this teaching to the shortcut, let's say, the shortcut. He does not have one self-cherishing that he wants to attain this for himself. He is under the sway of the great compassion that he cannot sleep, drink a drop of water for his own good. He always does that for the mother sentient beings. So he cannot see the pain of the sufferer, and now he wanted to do something so strongly that he wanted to bring this special teaching. But all in the sutra level does not have the same qualification in one tantra. So we are so lucky because this land is so precious, blessed by the great masters. So it will be okay to say that. Because we are blessed by His Holiness Dalai Lama, who himself is the Adisha. So we receive Tantra, Sutra, all the teachings, whatever His Holiness He has given to us. Now we received lots of initiation, but we didn't get the goal, the goal of the Tantra, we didn't get. We didn't even have the real experience of the mandala or the form body and Dharmakaya, all this. That's why His Holiness always says, I have given this initiation as a blessing. And now I want you to focus on that. That's why His Holiness' way of giving the teaching, the commitment, is very different than other masters. His Holiness always give initiations, and then he says, oh, you can do this shorter, but focus on a way of Bodhisattva's life. On there, go and read that. So he pushed us to actually go on the right path, not to rush towards that. So he, we witnessed that very strongly through His Holiness teaching style. Whenever we receive some initiations, the commitment is sounds very simple. He says, every day you need to meditate on bodhicitta and emptiness. That are our commitments, which is a big deal. But it contains everything. From that, you need to open the box of Tantra. You need to open the box of all the higher stuffs that you are looking for. It's in there. Without that, how much you have it, then it is just we don't want to become a Yamantaka, samsaric Yamantaka. We don't want to become Buddha, samsaric Buddha. So that's a very important message of His Holiness. So that's why if somebody asks you a question, why you feel the kindness of His Holiness so important, one could say, because he always emphasizes so practical. So practical. Otherwise, His Holiness can do the same style that back in the Tibet, other lamas do, like put the vase and giving some permissions and initiation. It is very simple. It's like rituals. You just sing like give the blessings. That's it. Looks very powerful. Rituals, and musics, and everything. But that's not his style at all. So we need to feel this kind of kindness, and then what is for us, then you have to feel it. Not saying that, oh, his way of doing is great, but you don't feel it. So the most important is, if you, to get the flavor of that, this is why I put it here. Because there is so much confusion in our practice. Even me, I also caught up in this, and this really helps me. That's why I put it, saying on the, I think this 25th, right? Yeah. They say, I clarify the intended meaning of the pit instruction by raising doubts about an important statement by Lord Adisha. I don't just follow Adisha like that, so I try to put some kind of a doubts there. What does that really meant? Okay, so tonight, please go through that and complete it until where it says until the dedication, the fourth dedication and conclusion. Until that, which is the saying, may I and the people like me also able to train in this kind of path. So read this. And don't forget it. Did you get the page numbers? I think it's from 25. Page 25, saying before concluding. So until 32, saying, and the people like me also be able to train in this kind of path. So read that very slowly. And then I'm pretty sure you will get something there. So that really helps me a lot to say, now when you request your Lama, please give me a bit instruction so you really know when to ask this question. So otherwise, you don't do much from your side and you are so easy to knock on high Rinpoche, like, oh, so great. And then you knock on his door and offer him some money and then say, please give me the instruction that you have given to that person. So keep this in mind. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I discussed with our director here, Ujien La. So with Tsiring La, due to the kindness of Tsiring La, she invited the Khenrinpoche. So to become a Geshe, to become a Khenpo, it's not an easy job, to be honest. Studying for almost 30, 40 years, including Tantra and everything, it takes such a kind of a merit to study like that. So I felt like, so the Khenrinpoche is already here, so why not? Khenrinpoche speaks English, and then why not to give one time for Khenrinpoche to explain a bit, and then you guys can ask question. So I checked with Ujien La. He said it will be fine. So I think tomorrow this time, like from 4:30 to 5:30, so I will request Khenla, Geshe La, the Khenrinpoche, to answer your question. So do you agree with that? Okay. So I will request that. Hope he accepts that. So that will be great. So go for difficult questions, okay? Okay, thank you very much.
Having thoroughly investigated in accord with all that I have heard, day and night through the four reasonings, mind born of reflection on these topics of contemplation, may this discernment settle all doubts.